How strong is the U.S. of America's military? How powerful are we? Well, we got an account from one of the people from Maduro that actually gave his account of what happened. So that's what we're going to watch today. We're going to find out just how powerful the American military actually is.
Wait,
And we use some weird weaponry too. Alien technology? Maybe. Just maybe.
what? Take a look at this.
I mean, look, it's kind of weird that, everything that happened. And besides him reading it, I think I'm just going to go ahead and read it, guys. This is an account from a Venezuelan security guard, loyal to Nicholas, right? Is absolutely chilling. And it explains a lot about why the tone across Latin America suddenly changed. Ooh, this is from the security guard. On the day of the operation, we didn't eat. So this is from the security guard who was actually there the night that we went to go capture that guy. On the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones. A lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Imagine just sitting there and you're just, one thing you know, all your radars just suddenly turn off, right? And then you're like, what's going on? And then the very next thing you see is just like a lot of drones coming over your head. Like, that's terrifying, to be quite honest. And they didn't even know how to react. Like, what the heck is going on, you know? They probably were petrified. Probably were terrified. No, that's the United States Army coming. And what are you going to do, bro? We're the most powerfulest country reserve. So, and anyway, the interview goes on. And the interview is like, so what happened next? How was the main attack? You know? And then the security guard goes on to say, after those drones appeared, some helicopters arrived, but there were very few. I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but a very small number, maybe 20 men. But those men were technology very advanced. They didn't look like anything we fought against before. What does that mean? I don't know. Just reading this is kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, what does he mean by they didn't look like anything we've fought against before? Are we using AI robots or are we using aliens? I like to think that, we got aliens on our team. But dang, you don't want to mess with the United States, bro. You just don't want to go there. Well, that statement's very alarming. They didn't look like anything we fought against before. Haven't you fought against humans? Well, that's what I think when I read that. They didn't look like anything. Like, what are you, alien? I think we got aliens, guys. Aliens or AI robots fighting for the United States of America. That's what I think. Now, unless we got like some super soldiers, right? Like Captain America. I don't know. America's pretty strong, guys. And so the interview then asked, and then the battle began, but a very small number. Just two, you gotta remember that, against like army basically, or security force, right? I don't know how many people they had, but so first, not only did we knock out their radar systems, right? But we also had drones in the air, a lot of them, a lot of drones flying over their positions. So the interviewer asked, and then the battle began. Like, being the interviewer this person tells you they didn't look like anything we fought against before, you're not going to elaborate on that? Like, what do you mean something that looked like anything you haven't fought against? Like, you mean by the uniforms they were wearing? Did they look human? They didn't look AI robots? Like, as an interviewer, this interview needs to do a better job of asking some better questions. Do follow-up questions. That would be my first question after he said they didn't look like anything we fought against before. I'm asking, well, what do you mean by that? Like, right, what? You never seen the military gear that they had on before? I'm being realistic here. Again, which I believe is probably a lot. We'll probably have AI or either aliens fighting for us, guys. That's what I would think. But when he says that. But what does he mean? Elaborate on the question, interviewer. Come on, do your job. All right. So let's see here. So the security guard, he says yes, but it was a massacre. So that means, listen, these people the army just came in and just did whatever they wanted to. All right, and they could not stop them at all. So Venezuela, they're probably in the best interest for them to just do what America says. You don't want the smoke with America. You don't want the smoke, okay? That's why it's going to be easy for us to take Greenland, okay? Listen, there is no NATO without the United States. And you think NATO's going to have a chance against America? No, bro. We're cooking. We're cooking too good. But I wish this interviewer would have elaborated. Right? What do you mean? That's what my first question is. What do you mean they didn't look like anything we fought against? I mean, that's a big statement. What do you mean we don't look like anything we fought against? I'm assuming, just by reading that, okay, being realistic here, probably means like they were decked out in like some awesome uniform or something that they never saw a uniform like that before, right? Probably with all their little gadgets on and stuff like that. Or it could be AI and aliens. That's our fighting force. I don't know, guys. But either way, the interviewer, man, he needs to do a better job interviewing with some follow-up questions. But anyway, the interviewer asked, and then the battle began? Then the security guard he's talking to, he said, yes, but it was a massacre. They didn't stand a chance. We were hundreds. They were hundreds. Wait, hold on. We were hundreds. But then when you go back up here...
So one of the security guards
hold on.
That was loyal to Nick...
Okay, so... But if you look back up here, he said there was only like 20 men. Right? 20 people. What was that? From those... Yeah, okay. So I think barely 8 helicopters. From those helicopters, soldiers came down, but a very small number. Maybe 20 men. But then when you read this, yes, but it was a massacre. We were hundreds. So about 20 people against hundreds of people. Bro, that's some, like... I don't know, you ever seen those movies where the Marines are, like, really, really good? Like, kind of unrealistic. Maybe we got those type of Marines. Maybe those type of Marines are real, man. Or those Delta Force. I don't know. Maybe all of our soldiers, just eat their spinach. Good reminder, eat your vegetables, guys. All right, if you want to be big and strong like the United States military. But, man, 20 men taking on hundreds. By hundreds, I'm assuming he means 2. I mean, that's a lot. That's an army you don't want to mess with. If we can send out 20 people and just destroy like hundreds of people, bro. Not even on a level, not even close. But we had no chance. Basically telling you, hey, we had no chance. They came, took out our radar. We had 0 chance of fighting these guys off. They were shooting with such precision and speed. It seemed like each soldier was firing 200 rounds per minute. We couldn't do anything. They were shooting with such precision and speed, it seemed like each soldier was firing 300 rounds per minute. Bro, we got weapons that other countries don't have. This is confirmed right here. Like machine guns, AK-47s, all those other stuff, bro. Nobody has the weapons that America has, bro. And I don't even know, are these space guns? These might not even be earthly guns. I don't know, guys. Seems like maybe the aliens want to, give us their weaponry. Of course, I keep talking about aliens, but that's just insane. 300 rounds per minute. If you're a gun person, then you know how insane that is. So then the interview says, and your own weapons, didn't they help? That's a good question. What about your own weapons? Did your weapons did not penetrate them? Did anybody on the other side get to even fire their weapon? That's my question, right? And then it said, no help at all because it wasn't just the weapons. At one point, they launched something. I don't know, like, when he says they launched something, to me, that kind of sounds like a bazooka. Like, right? You launch a bazooka. Psh. But, they launched something. I don't know, guys. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, what? A sound wave? That sounds like some... I don't know. Have you ever seen Avatar The Last Airbender type stuff right there, bro? Like some magic powers or something. Like a sound wave? That's alien. Well, I mean, there are sounds that you can get so high frequency where it would, like, distraught the brain and may even make you have nosebleeds, right? But you gotta have a louder sound, man. The military's got some... Man, we got some help from aliens. That's what it all comes down to, folks. Aliens helped us with our technology, okay? That's insane. At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a very intense sound wave. Like maybe like a sound gun. Like, again, once you get sound up to like a certain frequency, it's going to distraught your brain, confuse you, make you forget what you're doing, ear damage. But just a sound wave, I don't know, maybe like a giant speaker. Man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So anyway, he said, I don't know how to describe it. They launched something. He don't even know what it was. But he's saying, so he is comparing it to, it was like a very intense sound wave. Okay. That don't tell me much, but I mean, at least it's something, right? Suddenly, I felt my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Yeah, high frequencies can, like, mess with your brain, right? You've seen it all before where the bad guys fighting and all of a sudden, like in the movie Hawk. Right, where the military comes out driving those cars and they have the sound waves, like, like those sound waves, I'm assuming. But like 10 times worse, right? Especially if they can make you bleed from your nose. That means, like, it pops something, does it not? Or, like, I don't know where you get nosebleeds from, but that's just what I think of, right? It does so much damage, that sound wave, that it just makes you bleed from the inside. Exploding from the and suddenly I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. We all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. Oh, we fell to the ground unable to move. Couldn't even move once they released this sound wave. That sounds like a paralyzing weapon. Or maybe it wasn't turned up all the way, Maybe if it was turned up all the way, it would have exploded their brains inside their heads. I mean, who knows? That's crazy that we have that type of capability in America, bro. It could only be one thing: aliens. That's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to, guys. I think it's aliens 100%. Aliens gave us their technology, bro. And other countries don't know about it, right? But they give us their technology. 100%. I don't know if he goes to a new thing or no. And your own weapon into content. And your comrades. Wait, this might be new. I don't know. Didn't I read it? Wait, hold on. Where was I, guys? I jumped ahead further than what I wanted to. I don't know why I jumped ahead, but I did. Yes, but it was a massacre and your weapons didn't help. No help at all because it just wasn't the weapons. At one point, okay, blah, blah. Yeah, bleeding from the nose. And your comrades. Oh, here we go. That's what that was. Okay. So let me jump up ahead here so I can read the rest of it. Okay. And battle begin and then you're... Okay, so yeah. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I left off. Darn it. They were shooting with precision and speed. That means they were extremely accurate. And they were extremely fast, right? With precision means you was hitting your target like pretty fast. That's crazy. Maybe it was the guns. Maybe they didn't really have to aim. Maybe the bullets like know their mark somehow. I don't know. I'm just speculating at this point. But with shooting with great speed and precision, man, you gotta be a heck of a marksman. I know there's a lot of good marksmen out there, though, so... I mean, and with the guns, too. Man, but 300 rounds per minute? Man. And so the interview goes on, and your own weapons, didn't they help? That's a good question. No help at all, because it wasn't just the weapons. Oh, wait, yeah, okay. I already read that. Okay, I figured that after I read it a little bit. We all started bleeding from the nose. Vomiting blood, that's never a good sign. When you're vomiting blood, something inside you has burst. But I'm surprised that nobody actually, died. Man, that's crazy, bro. And the interview goes on, and your comrades, did they manage to resist? To resist, what could they done from this description so far? Like, there's nothing they could have done. Nothing. So security guard said, no, not at all. Those 20 men, without a casualty, killed hundreds of us. 20 men. Hundreds of them. Without losing one person, guys. Nobody was even injured. Wow. We have no way to compete with their technology, with their weapons. I swear, I've never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. Wow. That is insane. I'm going to try to pull up here. Whoa, bro. I mean, guys, I'm trying to get it. Hopefully he moves it down. I'm a little bit further up than him, but he's not going to be reading it. Okay, here we go. We got some more reading to read. Wow. So he said, not at all. Those 20 men, without a single casualty, guys, killed hundreds of the other side. Just 20 people, bro. Outnumbered, yet still killed hundreds. That's crazy, bro. Do we have like some super suits or super weapons? I don't know. We have technology that people cannot comprehend. I can't even comprehend. I want to see them though. I'm that person. I want to know what type of is this the reason why nobody could go into Area 51 because of these weapons? Maybe they ain't holding aliens at Area 51. Maybe it's just amazing technology, right? You don't want your enemies to find out what. I don't think anybody has the technology that we do. Right? And that's kind of a good thing, especially when it comes to warfare, right? You want to keep your best weapons a secret in case you have to use them, right? And Trump already came out and said, we got weapons so massive, so further advanced that, you know, we could just wipe out a whole entire city with one button. You know what I mean? And I believe him, bro, and this is just proof of the guy who was one of the soldiers who were actually there. I mean, you just look, not at all. Those 20 men. I mean, they couldn't resist. They couldn't do anything. I swear, I'd never seen anything like it. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was. Wow, that is crazy and scary at the same time, to be quite honest. If I was in another country, you know, I wouldn't want to be on America's bad side. I'd want to play nice, you know. We're just on a different level than other countries. That's why I ain't worried about NATO trying to attack us or anything like that. Because, listen, NATO will get whomped, bro. NATO don't want to go. There is no NATO without the United States. The United States basically is NATO. These other countries will never turn on us, bro. They don't want the smoke. So then the interviewer goes on and says, do you think the rest of the region should think twice before confronting the Americans? Yeah, y'all definitely need to think twice. Okay, and the security guard says, without a doubt, I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with. Bro, take it from this guy, bro. We're not to be messed with, okay? You're gonna F-A-F-O. You know what I mean? Wait, that's that right? Yeah, oh yeah. Man, this is just crazy. This is just crazy. I'm gonna see if he has any more. I'm kind of further ahead. I want to jump up ahead. I'm gonna read. How much is he gonna read? Okay. So without a doubt, I'm sending a warning. I already read that. Never want to be on theirs. Okay. So without a doubt, I'm sending a warning to anyone who thinks they can fight the United States. They have no idea what they're capable of. After what I saw, I never want to be on the other side of that again. They're not to be messed with, bro. This guy learned learned this quick, right? He learned his lesson pretty quick. I don't want no smoke, guys. Leave me alone. You know, wow. Then the interview goes on, and now that Trump has said Mexico is on the list, do you think this situation will change in Latin America? Then his security card. Definitely. Everyone is already talking about this. No one wants to go through what we went through. Now everyone thinks twice. What happened here is going to change a lot of things. Just not in Venezuela, but throughout the region. I wonder if there's any like video footage of this. I really want to see some video footage, man. I mean, there was like one, but I don't know. Maybe is this the video footage?
Doubt. I'm sending a warning to anyone who.
Okay. I'm seeing if maybe that's the. This absolutely insane. I'm seeing if there's like
what happened here is going to change a lot of things, not just in Venezuela.
Yeah, bro.
But throughout the region. Insane. There's a laser? Wait, what?
There's a laser. Where's the laser? Oh, here's the laser. Look. Is this a real photo from our ship shooting a laser at Venezuela? Maybe this is where the shockwave came from. Bro, our technology is so advanced. People don't even know the half of it, bro. That is absolutely mad.
Oh my god! A 60 kilowatt class directed laser energy developed by Lockheed Martin.
Look at that. That just blows my mind. Like, look how strong that laser is. Tell me that's not alien technology without telling me that's not alien technology. For real. Look at that, man. That would blind you. Like if you stared directly in front of it and then it came on. Yeah. Look at it. It's just like a...
Oh my god. And this is what they felt...
It's moving up and down too, man. That's kind of... gives me chills a little bit. I ain't gonna
comfortable
lie.
Even showing. They literally spin in the Space Marines.
Yeah,
and
the Space Marines, right? The aliens, I'm telling you guys, the aliens give us their technologies. The only answer that makes any sense. That or AI. Or maybe we're just have that smart of people, you know, to come up with this technology stuff.
To fucking mind control and blow up the brains of these other people.
Yeah, right? Just mind control them and blow up their brains. Man, absolutely crazy, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. That's just how... I mean, it was absolutely insane. No country don't want to mess with the United States of America. Okay, I'm Team America all the way, alright? We're just too good, bro. We're too good. I ain't worried about getting attacked by another country. Especially when Trump is in office. Trump is crazy. We all know it. And, you know, if you don't want to mess with America right now. Alright. But that's gonna do it, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, bro. Absolutely insane. Oh, I thought I ended the video.